Okay folks, I'm going to use this eventually, hopefully when my partner and I get together, get married. I'll have a use for this. But at the moment I don't have a need or a desire for it. It hasn't got any use. Actually, that might be too light. I think we'll leave it at that. Going to make it a dot matrix. Let's see how we go with this. It is Gillette Venus, a female's shaving. Female shaver. Yep. One day when I get married to Luigi, I'll have a use for this. Because you know, when you're with your partner and that, you want to be nice and clean and shaven. And because I'm alone and I don't have any intimate contact with Luigi, or any contact for that matter, I don't need it. I'm just saving it up for when I get married to him, have it all ready to go and all that. Maybe I'm being a bit premature about it because these will probably go out of date by then, and then you have to get a new one, which is a pain. We're interested in that. It's a real pain. Everything becomes so easily obsoleted. You know, these shavers even, you know, to make more money, you got to buy you got to buy another one. It's just a fucking pain in the ass, to say the least. I'll just put it there, fuck it. It's a real pain in the ass, you know, that you have to keep changing things all the time. Everything's about money. Everything's all about making a quick fucked up dollar over everything. Everything's about money, and it shows in everything, you know. So these razors aren't, by the time I get married to Luigi, this razor you won't be able to use the refills anymore. You have to get a new one. That's not environmentally friendly. I discovered an old one in my cupboard just recently that I hadn't used. And yeah, I don't think they'd be available on the supermarket shelves, to be quite honest. That looks really interesting. I think it's a bit too long. Wondering if we can move it across, maybe less enlargement. But yeah, you just get the feeling that these companies that make this shit, they just don't fucking care about the environment. They'll often say their stuff's environmentally friendly, but they don't. It's what's called greenwash. And people still will buy this stuff based on greenwash. And the photocopier industry's full of shit too. They talk about their equipment being environmentally friendly, la-di-da-di-da, but these equipments only last 5 years. What happens to the equipment when it becomes too old to service? You know, that's the kind of thing these companies don't care or don't think about, is the longevity of equipment. I'm going to make a little bit of an enlargement, a reduction in the enlargement size. But I just get so frustrated with the way things are, and I just don't have any, have no fucking power over how things are, how things go, and it really causes quite a bit of distress to see the world going to rack and ruin, and someone like myself who could potentially make a difference just sits on the sideline making fucking photocopier demos. You know, that's really not acceptable. I have no power, I have no agency, if that's the right term. I just can't seem to get any kind of traction in my life to make something useful. All these useless people, these assholes, really fuck things up, and they just take over, and they take over like pests, like weeds or fucking vermin or pestilence. People like Shoei Yamana, the man who's behind this company, Konica Minolta, he's a fucking parasite. Sucking on the planet, sucking on society. He doesn't care. He doesn't have any kind of, what's the word? Any kind of empathy or care. He just does his own thing, and he does it really well, and that is to fuck things up for everyone else. Stuff you all, he probably thinks, without thinking. He's a real fucktard. And he doesn't care. He has no empathy for the planet, for the human race, for nature. He just cares about himself and his profits. His stupid, obscene, dumbass profits. It's really tricky one, this one, folks. So he just doesn't care anymore he doesn't care about you, he doesn't care about me, he doesn't care about anything else but himself and his stupid profits. Profiteering. And this stupidity I really hate. Everything's made to benefit financially the rich, the elite. I think that'll do. We just got a little bit there. I think we'll keep it at that. Or maybe we'll do another run, make it 370 less, 371, which I did accidentally press, and I didn't think much of it. Everything's about money, and things don't work properly because of the love of money, because people just don't care about themselves. They don't even care about themselves, it seems, in the end, in the final analysis of things. These money fuckers don't seem to care about themselves because they've got family. Yeah, a lot of them have family, a lot of them have friends and relatives and all the rest of it, and they still don't seem to care about them. So I don't understand what their game is, why they like that. It's so fucking stupid. But that's the love of money, folks. It's a stupid force. It stupefies and makes people really dumb and dumbs people down and makes them into environmental vandals. And that's come up looking quite interesting. It turns them into environmental vandals. It turns them into, I don't know, I just can't. I have a very little tolerance for these types of people. I have very low empathy for them. You know, I really hate the way they are and what they do and who they serve or what they serve. They serve the gods of money. It's like they've got it's like a religion, folks. The love of money is like a fucking religion. You hate religion, folks? Consider this. The love of money is a fucking form of religion. It's a very deadly form of religion. Extremely deadly. Forget Christianity, forget Judaism, forget Muslim. The love of money is the ultimate, if I'm correct, is the ultimate killer. And it fucking kills, it maims, it destroys, it bereaves. Just make no mistake, folks, it is deadly. You know, to get involved in the proceeds of this vandalism and this homicide is not good. You know, it's not a good thing to get involved in, to be a part of. And my desire is to one day build the best photocopiers there are on Earth, ones that are good for the planet, good for society, good for the workers, not exploiting workers from places like China and Vietnam, which is what Konica Minolta do, and other companies I'm pretty sure would probably do the same or similar. And basically, I want the people in the workshop to be properly paid. I will be importing some work from overseas into our Australian factories, and even the Chinese who are used to working hard for little pay are going to get a pleasant surprise. They're going to get paid more than what a typical properly paid Aussie worker gets. They're going to get a better payment, and everyone gets the same, not just the Chinese. It's got to be for everyone. This equipment has got to be good for our planet, and that's just it. We can't just go sucking up the planet like we have been. So we use a lot of recycled materials from places like China and India, where a lot of dumping occurs from our affluent countries. So we have to recycle the electronics, recycle the metals, and we're going to use less plastic, and we're going to use more metal. The machines are going to last 60 years instead of 5 years, which is the typical, which I think is pretty well standard for today's equipment. And we're going to make it easy to recycle. So these are just some ideas I'm kicking around in a proverbial nutshell as to how things should probably be in the future when we get our hands on this and get a handle on this. That's the future. But you got to dream, folks. You got to have dreams. Otherwise, it'll never happen. Anyway, that's come up looking quite a treat. I think we can now call it quits.